Nashville. So I came to Nashville just for lunch at Arnold's. I'm just kidding, but that is something I would do. I'm actually heading to Texas today for my cousin's wedding reception. They already got married, but they're having a big reception for family and friends. So I'm flying out of Nashville in a few minutes, but had to stop at Arnold's. If you guys have ever been to Arnold's, you know what I mean. It's probably the best restaurant I've ever had in my entire life. Luckily, they're not too busy, so I'm about to get my grub on. Okay, that food was so good. The green beans were excellent, and the turnip greens, and the pie. The chicken was decent. It's actually the first thing I've ever had here that I didn't so much care for because I wasn't a huge fan of the sauce. I don't know why, something about it was odd. It was good, it wasn't bad, but it's still my most favorite restaurant in the whole world of any kind of food. All right, off to the airport. Was a little odd. I've never had him have to pat in between my thighs before, and no, I'm not joking. That's a little weird, don't you think? Have you guys ever had that happen when you're flying? I'm at my gate waiting. Got some coffee at Barista Parlor. I was sitting all comfy in my seat. There's lots of empty areas here, and these people came and sat right next to me. Literally right next to me. So I got up, grabbed all my stuff, and moved. We're at the reception now. Everyone's starting to arrive, and I am walking around snacking on the desserts. You guys, check out this dessert table. Food's ready. Check out this dessert table. The cookies with the white stuff in them and these brownies are divine. I haven't even had dinner yet, but I'm going ham. And there's little cups of cheesecake. You guys, this dessert table is off the chain. That's where I'm gonna be all night, and then I'm gonna be sick on the way back to Chattanooga tomorrow. I'll probably have brownie in my teeth as well. When in Rome. So I have health reasons that I cannot eat acidic things, and they're having chili, which is my favorite, one of my favorite foods, but I can't eat it. So I'm gonna be the bougie person here that got my own food and be fancy, so I had to order Uber Eats. So I got Outback. So while everyone else is eating their chili, I'm gonna roll up with my Outback bag and start eating my chicken, baked potato, and salad.
What it means in your word, the biblical foundation of that. And God, for who Dylan, the man he is, and how he is gonna lead his family with Hayley.
The reception last night was fun. I'm glad I got to come out and spend that time with Dylan and Hayley and be there to support them in their new marriage. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so happy for you. Today's the day I'm leaving Vidor. I have to get back to Tennessee. But before I leave, I wanted to come by and see Granny and Papa's graves. I haven't been back. Granny died in 2016. Papa died in 2010. And I haven't been back since Granny's funeral 4 years ago. So this will be my first time visiting their grave. So it might be a little tough. But I have to come see them before I leave. I wish you guys had all got to know my Granny and Papa. They were the sweetest, most kindest human beings, in my opinion, that the world has ever known. And I miss them both so much. I didn't mean for this vlog to take a depressing turn, but I just want to encourage you all that if you have loved ones, especially grandparents that are still alive, take advantage of every moment you get with them, because once they're gone, you can't get it back. I have a lot of guilt because my grandma, I was living in California and she lived here in Texas, and I hadn't come out. I didn't realize it because time went by so fast, but I hadn't come out to see her for 3 years before she passed away. And the last conversation I had with her, I had promised her that the following January I would come out here and take her and I on a trip to the Smoky Mountains, because that was her favorite place. And she was so excited about that because she told me how much she missed me. I believe that was on a Sunday night, and she had her heart attack that Wednesday following, and I never got to see her or take her on that trip. Spend time with the people that you love, because you never know when is their last conversation or when is the last moment that you get to see them. And my only hope is that everyone can have grandparents as good as mine. I'll never forget, at Papa's funeral, the pastor got up, and the funeral was standing room only. The church was packed, wall-to-wall people, no seats were available. And he got up and he said, anyone in the church in the building, who my grandpa had helped in any way, financially, giving advice, just being there when you needed him, if he'd helped you in any way or inspired your life, to stand up. And every person in the building was standing up. And I didn't even realize my grandpa had helped that many people, and that was so inspiring to me, because Granny and Papa, no matter what people did to them, and people did horrible things to them and treated them very badly, they were always kind, and they never ever spoke a bad word about people, ever. I never heard them say one negative thing about anyone else. They never put other people down. They treated everyone with kindness and respect. Even the people who did them wrong and didn't deserve it, they still loved them and treated them with respect, and never ever ever spoke an ill word about people. And I think myself, for sure, we can all learn from that kind of behavior. And to all of those of you watching who got to know them, you understand what I'm saying about what great people they were. And I know that even though some of you aren't family to them, they made you feel like you were family. Everyone was their family when they were around. They made you feel like you were the most special person in the world. And I'm so grateful that I got 25 years with my papa and 31 years with my granny. If I could go back in time and take those times back, I would. Because life comes at you so fast. It seems like just yesterday we were little, fishing with Papa in his pond in his front yard. And now we're all older, and they're both in heaven.